Hey everybody, it's taken me a little while to get the data correct. I was waiting for more data to come in, but apparently some groups just didn't do their work. So I want to remind you for your write-up for this week, these are the key questions you're going to ask. So in addition to your earlier predictions and all that kind of good stuff, we want to know how many road kills occur annually in the Santa Monica Mountains. Number one. Number two is how does that kill rate compare to Ventura County overall? Let's look at the data. Here are our vehicle count data that I've cleaned up and gotten standardized for everyone. Again, not everyone. Some groups didn't give us any data and etc. But this is that. So I have the raw data up here. And I've averaged it for each different road segment for the segments that you guys explored. Have that here, and then for your convenience, I actually pasted it all in here. So on this sheet, you'll find our overall kill data. You're welcome to play around with this as much as you like, explore it however you'd like. I've also, to make it easier in terms of your exploring, I've made all of the zeros light gray and all the cells where we indeed had to kill a dark font, so you should be able to skim it and see the patterns more easily. Firstly, if we drop down to the bottom, this is just a total for unknown large animals, the total for unknown medium animals, etc. for everyone's surveys. So we saw 3 unknown gulls over the last few weeks. We saw 1 dead crow or raven, 6 dead crows, etc. And so again, this number is the number of kills of that individual we saw, and the number below it is the proportion of all the kills that we saw that were comprised of that particular group. So for example, unknown cottontail rabbit, we had 2 kills, and that amounted to about 2% of the total kill. Scroll to the right, you'll see the total number of kills that we observed. There you go. So okay, so that's the data. I've cleaned it up. This is the sum of all the kills that you saw in that particular survey, and this is the kills per mile. Again, this is the standardized value representing that we can use to represent kills in a fair sense, regardless of if the road was 5 miles or 10 miles or what have you. Here again, I've inserted those the average number of cars that we observed per hour in our surveys, and because some of you guys didn't do any surveys at all, I've actually added in some of our other longer-term data to give you at least some estimate for the write-up, and that is those values are indicated in pink. So there's your main data. Then what I've done is I come over here and I've boiled everything down into individual road segments. Note that each of these road segments are broken down into different regions, and then the area of the Santa Monica Mountains are broken into core and edge. So if we come over here, this is going to be the total number of kills that you saw on all the surveys of that road segment. And then over here, this is the total number of kills that were observed in that road segment, the number of surveys that were done on that road segment, and then again the average kills per mile for all of those segments. To be fair, because sometimes we had a single survey, because again, not everybody did their surveys. Some cases we had 3, some cases we had 5. To be fair, we're going to use each of these surveys as a single replicate. I've come down here and I've created averages by region. So the Rincon, Ojai, Oxnard, etc. So here's the answer for that. This is the grand mean, because it's a mean of means. This is the grand mean of the kills per mile. Cool. Yeah. So just by way of information, that's what your data looks like. You're welcome to explore this and mess around with it however you like. The The first question, though, recall, is how many critters are killed per year in the Santa Monica Mountains? And for that, at the very top of the data sheet, you'll see that I note that for your analysis, please consider the main road length to be 175 miles within the Santa Monica Mountains. So you have that piece of data. You have some data over here as to the average number of kills in the Santa Monica Mountains. You need to estimate the total number of kills over an entire year. So you will do that. Next is how does that compare? How does the average kill rate in the Santa Monicas compare to the areas elsewhere in Ventura County? And for that, Ventura County would be considered all of these values here. You can leave off Santa Monica for comparison, and you can leave off the Rincon because that's no, actually, I take that back. You should include the Rincon because that is also still in Ventura County, that road segment. So there you go. So those are the first two. The next question is there an effect of the number of vehicles? So for that, here we have the number of kills, and here we have the number of cars, our estimate, the number of cars, the vehicle traffic. So you can generate a graph with that. Then what are the most important trends? So from looking at all those different patterns, what do you see? And if you're a resource manager in the Santa Monica Mountains, how would you respond to these data? Okay, so great. Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks for doing that, and I will see everybody soon. And this is due on Thursday. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.